Well, we're gonna switch things up today because I need to do some maintenance on the cars. The first order of business is an oil change for the Civic and an oil change for the mower. That's right, I've already put enough hours on it that it needs its first oil change. And the first oil change is after 5 hours. Fun fact is, the mower, the Civic, and our little black car, which is at my work, all take the same filter. So I just cleaned out O'Reilly's and bought all of them. The Blazer, I said in a previous video, needs a oxygen sensor, which I have, it's in the garage. And it also, I'm gonna redo the ground on the ABS control because the light flickers on the dash, and a lot of people have this problem online. So I'm hoping that is the fix. Should be an easy one. And I love working on cars like this where you can just roll under it without a jack. It's awesome. Lowe cars, thumbs down. Next order of business is finding the oil drain pan in this sea of junk. And I have no idea where it's at, so we'll see how long it takes me to find it. I'm guessing it's back in here somewhere, but I don't see it. I also need a 17mm wrench, I believe, for my oil drain plug, which I haven't had a time to organize my toolbox since we moved, so things are kind of shifted. And I've got tools out because it's hard to get to. Oh, there it is. Found it. That was much easier than I thought. That and some rags. Yay. Always work with jack stands. You don't want the car to fall. I'm not gonna take up a bunch of time doing oil change. Quick tips: pull the drain plug out so that it drains quicker. Remove the cap. Get some airflow through there, and then you're gonna go under it and loosen the drain bolt. That's easy. So my car's conveniently labeled, but if yours isn't, it's pretty easy. Just find the bolt that is on the bottom of the engine. Take it loose. I already broke it loose with a wrench, so it's pretty easy. Just make sure you have this like kind of out because it's gonna shoot. It's not gonna drop straight out. This is a miracle. I'm usually covered like my whole arm, but I only got this many drops on me. I'm so excited. Hopefully the mower is that easy as well. So while that is draining, I am gonna go ahead and start working on the Blazer because I cannot change the oil in the mower while the drain pan is under the car. So I'm gonna roll under there and swap out this oxygen sensor, which is here. Also, quick tip, when you buy things on Amazon, on almost everything you can click to view other sellers, and Amazon sells these things used. They sell almost everything used, and it's called Warehouse Deal. And I've never once got a used product when I bought it, and it's usually like half the price of Amazon's already cheap price. Like this thing has 100% never been used before. Like it still has the factory anti-seize compound on there. They sell them used if the box is damaged and stuff. So I buy everything used. So as you can see, the check engine light in the Blazer is on, and I've scanned the codes before, but I just want to show you guys. If you get a little scanner like this one, about 50 bucks on Amazon, it'll tell you exactly what's wrong. So this is the code. You can Google that, and there will be a lot of people that'll tell you, you know, different things that it could possibly be caused from. And so this one is pretty clear. It's just an oxygen sensor, and it tells you which one. So bank 1, sensor 1. Most cars have 3 or 4 oxygen sensors. You know, some have 2, some have 1, but this particular vehicle has 4. And so it's important to know which one's bad so you don't replace all 4. And just so you know, this oxygen sensor was $17, so they're not expensive, but if you take this somewhere, they're gonna charge you a lot. And you do have to have a special socket for oxygen sensors, but this whole set was probably $8 on Amazon. A lot of this stuff for cars is DIY, and you can save a lot of money doing it this way. I just realized that I said that the scanner tells you which sensor it is, and it's bank 1 sensor 1, but that probably doesn't mean anything to you guys if you're watching this video. So on an engine like this is a V engine, it's a V6, it's the same on a V8, and with Chevys, bank 1 is the driver's side of the car. So bank 1 sensor is going to be on the driver's side of the engine, and sensor 1 is going to be the first sensor in the exhaust. We are under the driver's side, and you can see the sensor is right there, super open, easy to get to, and then that's the connector that we'll have to get up in and disconnect. Luckily the exhaust is cold because we haven't driven this car, so we're gonna get that oxygen sensor socket and take this one out. This one is being stubborn. It is not wanting to come out. I did put a torch on it for a little bit just to see if I could get the heat to break it loose, but that didn't seem to do the trick. I'm going to start the car up, let it idle. That exhaust pipe will get super hot. While it's idling, I'm gonna go finish the oil change on the Civic. Next step on the Civic is to remove the oil filter and then let the oil drain out again. I like using these little jaw type wrenches over these band. The band ones just seem to slip on me, and you have to have a specific one for like all kinds of different sizes of filters, whereas this one just like expands and you can use it on a lot of different filters. Another quick tip on getting the oil filter out is if you take a really cheap or crappy Phillips screwdriver and grind it down to a point and just poke it through the bottom, all the oil in that filter will drain out, and then you won't get it all over your hands. It just makes it so much cleaner, and the filter is already drained by the time you get it out of the car. This is where the oil filter sits, and so you got to make sure to clean that off or it might not seal properly. You just want to take a little bit of oil on your finger and wipe it around. Just thread that filter back on and get it snug with your hand, and then just 1/8 of a turn more, quarter of a turn more. Everyone disagrees, don't yell at me, but just get it tight, but don't over tighten it, and you'll be good. Funnel time. When you're putting oil back in the engine, make sure you check with the owner's manual to see how much to put in. Another quick tip is if you pour sideways like this, the bottle won't gulp because the air can get in. Whereas if you pour it straight up and down like this and there's a lot of oil in there, it'll come out in gulps and it'll splash everywhere. You want to make sure that oil light goes out after a few seconds after an oil change, and if it stays on, you definitely have a problem. So I'd shut the car off and just make sure that it didn't drain out, or figure out what that oil light's on for. Well, I let the Blazer warm up for about 10 minutes, and I've been giving it a go with my breaker bar in the socket, also with a 17mm wrench, and nothing's working. The lawnmower is draining the oil. It's the exact same process as the car, so I'm not going to show you that again. So I'm trying to track down this ground, and I found it. This is the ground wire for the ABS controls and the brake controls, and I don't think you will be able to see this. Maybe you can if I get it down in here. Probably not, but this was just bolted to the radiator core support, and what happened was when this was in an accident and they replaced this core support, they didn't sand off the paint where this bolts onto, so it wasn't making connection on the surface. It was only making connection through the bolt, and the bolt was super rusty. So I'm hoping that when I sand this down and clean off this contact, that it will make some good contact and all the ABS problems will be fixed. I finally got the old oxygen sensor out. You can see just how corroded it was inside there. And you notice I had to cut the harness, like this was on the other end of it. I had to cut that off. And the reason I did that is to use a trick that's pretty well known, but you may not know. And so I'm gonna do my best to illustrate with one hand, but essentially if this wrench was around there, you need more leverage, but oftentimes it's not enough room to get a huge bar, so you get a one size up or a bigger wrench, and then I'm gonna set you down here and you hook it like this, and then you've got about twice the length. We are going to erase the codes, which on this scanner you just hit the erase button and hit yes. That's all there is to it. You just hit the erase button and the check engine light's off. We are on a test drive, and so far the check engine light hasn't come on, but I'll keep monitoring that because sometimes it takes a while just to register if the oxygen sensor heats up properly. But the ABS and the brake lights were on intermittently. They would flash, but it was a constant. I mean, there was never a time when they didn't, and you can tell that they are working. So my problem was the ground, which I'm super excited about. I am prepping this car to sell. I'm not gonna keep it. So, you know, if you want, or if you're looking for a good SUV, this thing will run forever. It has the Chevy 4.3 liter, which is legendary, and yeah, great SUV. Hit me up. For the right price, I'm willing to put a brand new set of tires on it before you buy it, so let me know. I stopped back by the house to grab a different scan tool because this one can do different things. It can read the data of all the sensors live. So what that means is that oxygen sensor that I just put on, I can see a graph of the data that sensor is giving to the computer, and it's super helpful in determining if the sensor is working properly. What we want to see on an oxygen sensor graph is it going up and down from about 0.1 to 0.9, or roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the oxygen sensors are super important to the car to keep it running properly. So we can see here, O2 sensor, bank 1, sensor 1. And so when we click on this, the graph should be going up and down, and it looks like it is. So we are going to take another test drive and make sure it stays that way. The old one, I should have got a video of it, but the old sensor was just a little tiny line down here. Overall, the sensor is working and no lights. I've been driving it for quite a while. I'm gonna make sure that the engine can go into closed loop and pass all the emissions tests. I am finished with the car stuff. I spent some time tinkering with our thermostat, the Nest, which I made a video about, so you can go check that one out. I bought a thermostat, which is also smart, called the Ecobee, and I thought that I would like that one better because it integrates with the iPhone, but it's not compatible with the wiring in our house, so I'm gonna have to send that one back, and we're gonna keep the Nest. I did want to update you guys on the bedroom because we put some curtains up, and we have a matching set for this window. I just haven't installed that yet, so let us know what you think about these in the comments. We like them. It keeps the neighbors from seeing us, and yeah, it was really awkward, like coming in and getting clothes and then going into the bathroom to change.
The tiny bathroom.
Tonight, the project is to clean out this back room that we were sleeping in because we want to bring the 2 couches in the garage in and put them on this wall. And then I need my computer back. I've been editing all of these videos and doing everything computer related on my laptop. I need my desktop back badly. I've been without it for over a month now. So I need it. I need it set up like tomorrow. I can't wait to have 30 of these all over. I know you guys can't see this, but right here are the 2 couches, but the problem is that they are piled with crap. Couch number 1 is in. Yay! Whew! We got both couches in here. I got my desk and computer screens in here and my box of cables. I didn't bring in my computer because I forgot. Tomorrow we have a very special delivery, and I think you guys are gonna like it. So be sure to check back tomorrow to see what that is, and hopefully we will use it, whatever it is. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you guys liked this video. Hope you guys liked the little how-to DIY, you know, save money on your car stuff. So the Blazer did pass emissions, so that's awesome. All the check engine lights, all the dash lights are gone. So again, if you want to buy it, hit me up. After I recorded that, I was about to go to bed, and then I decided that I didn't want to sleep again with the neighbors being able to see us. So I hung up the other curtain. Super secret surprise coming tomorrow. See you then.